Italians of Reddit, have you ever said mamma mia and when? Sometimes, it might considered roughly as an equivalent of the oh my god expression. No. Disgraziata. Actually I'm Italian and it's a pretty common thing to say. It's like asking, have you ever said oh my god and when? Edit, this is probably not the same thing with Italian Americans. Is it like how French people say oh la la for omg? I was surprised when I found out there is no la la limit. It can be oh la 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 la, until the person is out of breath. We say it all the time. It's very versatile, it can be used to react to bad things, good things, surprising situations, scary situations, good food, bad food, or Mamma mia come say Bella, OMG you're so beautiful, Mamma mia che schifo, oh that's gross, Mamma mia questa pizza è buonissima, OMG this pizza is so good etc. A bit like ciao which can mean both hi and bye. So it's how like oof can mean literally anything? Not since I was a kid. I was making fun of Super Mario and my grandma heard me and immediately said not in the house, not outside of the house. English only. When I was older she explained it to me. Papa and Nana immigrated to America from Italy. Shortly after, World War II happened and alien enemy was a real thing and they feared ending up in the camps. They were farmers and had nothing, and only wished to work and live in peace. They stopped speaking Italian inside and outside of the home and blended in as much as possible, moved to a state with farmlands. They shed the culture of their native country to avoid xenophobia. Nana gave her children names from every other culture around them except Italian. They stopped cooking most of the dishes they knew and learned American food. Grandma has forgotten all but a few swear words in Italian, but from habit reminds us when she hears it to not speak it. She's in her 90s now. I do sometimes. It's kind oh my god reaction. Most of us say it a lot. For good and bad things. It's like saying oh god in English. Only when we cannot swear properly, immediately before pizzeria. Mamma mia means my mother. If you've ever been an Italian guy, you know your mother is God. Her word is always final, and without her food, you die. So, it's basically the equivalent of Americans exclaiming my God. That's why insulting someone's mother is much worse than insulting God. That's not what your God was saying last night while licking marinara off of D's nuts. I'll be traveling to Italy in a few months, and was wondering, Italians of Reddit, what Italian phrases should I use so that I can really stand out as an American tourist? I'm talking about the most stereotypical, over-the-top Italian phrases that I can loudly exclaim, especially out of context. Preferably not something that would offend locals, just confuse them. Thanks in advance. Just go everywhere Americans go in Rome. Easy day. A co-worker came back with pictures of his trip to Rome. He had not a single Italian meal. He went to Hard Rock Cafe, McDonald's, a Chinese place and says he ate a bunch of meals at an Irish pub where he really liked their fish and chips. Pretty hard to get more American than that. Though it can be pretty interesting to get country food in other countries. Indian food in Japan is pretty interesting, for example. I hear my family say it unironically all the time. It's actually pretty common phrase in Sicily at least. We use it when we are surprised, either in a good or bad way. It's like oh my god personally I don't use it that much. Here in Italy is a lot more common to say Madonna rather than Mamma mia. In many areas people, under some situations like around friends and family some often straight up use a really heavy blasphemy equivalent to pig god. Blasphemies here in Italy are really common BTW. Disclaimer I don't want to be disrespectful to any religion, I highly discourage you from saying it in public situations with many people around, you'll be perceived as extremely rude and offensive. I was making fun of my accent with a Korean girl. Every time I get scared, or annoyed, I just say Mamma mia. When I'm singing Bohemian Rhapsody. What's singing along to ABBA's greatest hits album? Every time I eat a spicy meatball. Usually just before exclaiming how spicy my meatball is. Do you follow it up by taking an Alka-Seltzer to relieve your heartburn? Citrusodina, please. Yes, because it's pretty common here in Italy. It's like my God in English. I'm sure everyone's said Mamma Mia while singing along to ABBA. I started to say it much more after I moved abroad. Somehow it's fun to play with the stereotype. If I said Mamma Mia when speaking to other Italians it would just sound weird, but when others are kind of expecting me to, it's entertaining. Also, a more general answer, different regions have different swear words, although some are universal. Southerners will probably say Mamma Mia more often than Northerners. Sardinians will tell you to get fucked by a horse. In Tuscany they'll curse the Madonna a lot. You know, to keep things interesting. I say much more porco dio or dio cane. Don't even forget Madonna Patana. Smiley face, smiley face. I taught these to my English cousin. Later, at a family dinner, Mia Mom asks, "So, have you picked up any Italian?" "Yes. Porco." And she probably read my face and stopped. Only ironically, or when singing ABBA. Or when you really, really need them to let you go, because Beelzebub has a devil put aside for you. Why not both? Mamma Mia, let me go again. Usually when I quote Mario. Sometimes if I'm doing a Mickey Mouse voice, I forget who I am and it comes out. Here we go again. My, here I go again. When your new gang member doesn't know how to hold a pistol. Follow-up question, Italians of Reddit, have you ever ridden a giant rigatoni into the sky while singing Volara, and when? Every time I'm racing and I get hit by a red shell. So annoying. Obligatory, not an Italian, but when I was in Rome last week my taxi driver used it in its literal sense as in to refer to his mother. In that case you would reverse it. Mia Mama.